Kimpo. Let me see what it's talking about. Let me see what it's talking about. Pull up a chair. I'm
Hold on.
finna get over here to the round table.
Can you hear
Get
me?
a family minute to slide through. See what it do, fam. What up, Swab?
You got it. Peace, King. What's good, fam? All right, yeah. Let's get into it. My brother had the debate ski. Shit.
Big baby. Double time.
Hold on.
You got me double time around these piece. But yeah, man, I had a good time though. I ain't gonna need to stop. I had a good time over there with SolarMind family. For those who didn't get to check out the video or went on the live feed, encourage you to go over there to SolarMind Debate League. Check it out. Anybody want to get in with it? Shit, that's where you need to head. Not to mention shit, you can always hop on the panel with us. But man, I got much respect for I hate to call him little bro, but you know, I take pride in being, you know, the age I am, you feel me? You know, I'm
Yeah,
young,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I'm saying little bro, he held his ground, you know. I feel like I can deal with him as a man, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like
Respect, yeah.
honestly believes whatever he's saying, you know what I'm saying? And he stand on that shit. So that being said, I ain't gonna never say that if you just deal with them laws, they trying to tell you something wrong, you feel me? But gotta deal with the perspective anytime you're interpreting somebody else's shit. You can't override that. Can't override that. As sure as I'm talking, I got a perspective and a, you know what I'm saying, a goal and an agenda in hand. Anybody who tell you they don't, they probably just speaking from a monotone way of thinking. And I don't know how that's possible. You feel me? I come from people that are emotionally tied to the things they say, emotionally tied to the things they see. To me, motion is really understanding the energy in motion or a way to understand energy in motion. And it's like a temperature gauge for us. To where it's like, shit, I'm upset. Okay, why am I upset? You feel me? It's kind of like, shit, it's hot as fuck in here. Man, what's the heat on? Okay, let me turn it down. I'm upset. All right, I need to calm down. Why am I upset? You feel me? It's a process. It's one of those things that let you know what you need to do to get yourself aligned again. You feel me? But I do appreciate fam letting me come through and he not be biased. I thought it was gonna be a little one sided. Cause oftentimes when I do go over there and listen to my brothers, they speaking from a Christian or a Hebrews. I say
Yo, you good? I can't hear you. You might be breaking up.
Pardon me, family. Pardon me.
Oh, okay. You good.
What up with your love? Well, hey, what you doing?
Me?
You got free time? You trying to hop on this live for?
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah, we can do it though. I'm gonna hit you up. I said I'm finna hit you up now. Yo. Alright, family, I got a little surprise for y'all. I got brothers all over the world. Yeah, my good brother Scorpio just called me. I got my big bro SuaveBos in the building. I'm feeling the love nonetheless, you hear? So that being said, I'm finna try to add fam to the conversation. How did you feel about the debate overall, fam?
Shit, I appreciated witnessing it. I appreciate both of y'all gentlemen stepping in the ring, and I appreciate
Wow.
the platform being. Could you hear me?
Wow.
Can you hear me?
My bad. Go ahead.
Yo, can you hear me? Can you
I
hear
was
me?
just saying, how did you feel about the debate?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you, fam.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, fam.
Oh shit. All right.
How'd you feel about that joint?
This shit tripping. Okay, I
How?
was saying
Oh, okay, I was
I
about to ask you.
appreciated witnessing. I appreciated both of y'all stepping in the ring, and I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate the platform being, you know what I'm saying, available. You know, created. But
Word up.
uh, I felt like y'all both, keep first of all keeping it to the topic. That's always the tricky thing. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
real talk. And I felt like he pushed what the topic was supposed to be and painted it as a different, like saying
Laws and
uh
punishment, basically. Like, nigga, you gotta have
huh
punishment too. He was basically like, it gotta have some kind of punishment too, or forget that law.
yeah, saying, yeah, it was crazy. It was like saying I accept all love or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Yeah,
Let
I
me-
remember that shit. He kept on trying to push that shit, and I told him, I'm like, there's different
And then
forms of
going back
love.
and saying and then going back and saying it has something to do with homosexuality or bestiality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
He didn't
Like,
like how I
so
flipped that shit. I'm like, nigga, that had to do with your
yeah,
perspective. Like,
you
you
know what I'm saying?
interpreted
I felt like you ain't get caught slipping. I ain't feel like you ain't get caught slipping until he asked the very final question and you was
it.
like,
Yeah.
uh,
I was like, man, because I got tired of him trying to, like, keep taking it around the block. Because, like, he was like, one minute he like, so what's the punishment? So it ain't no punishments in Kemet or Egypt. I'm like, clearly there got to be a punishment because the whole point of their salvation and being taken to the promised land or making it to the promised land is based on them so-called being in bondage in Kemet or Egypt. You feel me? So with that being said, it's like, bruh, we can't even be having this debate or him even be using that name if it wasn't even that the whole thing of the Israelites, you know what I'm saying, being put in bondage and then them having to escape, go across the water, later be
man,
called Hebrew Israelites.
the first of all, Kenny ain't never had nothing to do with Hebrew ever. And
But I'm
Hebrew,
saying that's the story they purport, you feel me?
yeah, ain't never had nothing to do with Kemet. Everybody who recorded about Kemet never spoke of the Hebrews.
Come on,
And
man.
when you look at it, the Hebrews ain't nothing but the Greeks. The
Mm-hmm.
Greeks.
AKA the Hyksos.
You know what I'm saying? So that's I mean, on the ground of his religion, I mean he holds nothing. Because at the end of the day, whichever one is better than for black folks, look, we got a better chance at grabbing my eye and running with it than grabbing something that's controlled, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, controlled by entity here, physically, as far as the Vatican. The Vatican run all religions, and whoever controls the
As
Vatican,
well as they've been editing all books. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? They come through this motherfucker. So any educational book, especially in the schools, you feel me? To the
any
point, it's like,
literature the Hebrew ever got
come on, man.
came from their oppressor, from our oppressor.
You feel me? And then where y'all even get this whole concept of priesthood? Except y'all came through, you know what I'm saying, our people and seeing how we was dealing with our priests. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in fact.
So with that being said, it's like everything you stand on is, basically just like we stand on the shoulders of our ancestors. Shit, us being the ones that still practicing some of the ways of our ancestors. Anybody that's practicing these Johnny come lately religions, like I told him, they just translated that shit in like 1950. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, bro, y'all Johnny come lately.
And
Even
this
if
is
we
what I
just
be
deal
like.
with the civilization part, and I tried to go past that, I'm like, bro, nigga, when we got to the point of civilization, for any outsiders to come on the scene to be trying to make any of the recordations that you quoting from, man, at that point, bro, we was already at a point of, decay. And our ancestors had already prophesied to us that there was gonna be a balance that would come. You feel me? If we was at a height, if it balance gotta come, then that means we gotta go down. You feel me? But based on your perspective of where you going, you know what I'm saying, it'll determine how you see what you go through or what you learn from what you're going through. So if you're always one of these high and mighty type people, always got to be on the top of shit. You feel me? Then of course you can't see no benefit to. Hey, damn. Sometimes I got to sit down somewhere and really reflect on what am I really seeing? What am I really doing? What am I really saying? We got to talking about the tree of knowledge. You feel me, bruh? And I'm like, what good? He was like, God didn't want you to know of good and evil. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's like, what other knowledge is there when you dealing with the Abrahamic faith? You know what I'm saying? It's all about trying to refrain from doing evil and making sure you doing good. So how you gonna sit here and be like, oh well, shit? Well, why we talking about good and evil, nigga? Because obviously it's what everything you got going on is based on. But for me, it's higher and lower energy. You feel me? Sometimes I gotta go into my lower self to deal with people that's in theirs. But for the most part, I like to reflect from my higher self. But I ain't too high that I can't get down low with you. You feel me? I can't come down there and see what you got going on. So with that being said, it's like, bro, I couldn't believe that he would say out of his mouth, like, still got respect for the brother. I wouldn't even manipulate him on this shit. But at the end of the day, to be like, it's okay to have a lack of knowledge of, if that's the basis of your whole salvation, to have a lack of knowledge of how to achieve salvation. You feel me? If good and evil is the basis of how they, weigh out their heart, then how the hell you gonna make it into heaven if you don't know what's gonna stop you from going? It's just one of those endless circles to the point it's like, dang, bro, I feel you trying to stand for something in a time when it's like, most black men don't want to stand for anything. But I still gotta always purport the system of mother, father, child. And I say it in that order because I know a real queen, a mother in her right mind, you feel me? A woman in her right mind, she edifies her king. Matter of fact, in our cultures, I feel like kingship was based on how your queen perceives you. It didn't just start with the American presidency that you gotta have a wife to be in leadership or to be seen of high standard. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these famous people, they gonna go down in history as though they was kings or queens because of the standards that people see them as. But it don't change the facts. They not, running the world. Donald Trump gonna go down as the president, like he, overseed everything and was making all the decisions in the time he was in presidency. But we all know there's such thing as a cabinet. You feel me? Nobody does everything by themselves. And going back to our people, Africans, you know what I'm saying? When you used to come to the village, you of course used to see the person that they viewed of high esteem because when people socialize with each other, they take time to get to know each other. And as a collective, people associate you with leadership. Don't nobody just be, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna run for president. Oh yeah, I'm gonna run for the king. I'm gonna run for the pharaoh. No, the people bestow this honor on you by the people studying, observing, watching the time in which you was born,
That's
the way
how
you
it's
carry
supposed to be.
yourself.
That's why people say you can't call yourself the GOAT.
Come on,
People got to
man.
call you to go. Ain't no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like when you know you it, you don't gotta say you it.
You don't gotta say
Everybody
it. You
else,
just be it.
everybody else say you it. You know what I'm
You feel
saying?
me?
Like when they
And
see
then
you,
you
they
make the
say,
people better for acknowledging you. You know what I'm saying? You point that shit back at them like, shit, I'm just a representation of what I come from. You
yeah,
see what I'm saying? And
right.
then we used to see the king draped in all the gold and all the resources of the village or the area where them people was. Shit. It was because the people gave him all the goods they had in their house. This people of the tribe gave all the goods they had in their house. And he wore that shit to be a representation of his village. So let's not get it twisted. Ain't no king sitting around being greedy. You know what I'm saying? The shit that we dealing with today, it's no different than these people using our sciences, but then getting after they get past their hypothesis of what they think could be true, and they get through the scientific method and see what it really is, they try to change the narrative on the conversation, or even just change the fucking answer, thinking niggas would, hey, y'all ain't gonna never try to see this through, and you know what I mean, do your own motherfucking observations. But at the end of the day, we ain't blind. So, with that being said, this whole life has been a scientific project. If you observe, there's so much shit that happens before your eyes that continues to be practiced by our people to the point it's like, I appreciate the brother even acknowledging the fact that he felt like Israel is a part of Africa. A lot of, Israelites don't acknowledge Africa.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and we say Africa being, Africans of the diaspora. You know what I'm saying? We know continental Africans would obviously name their country or their tribe. You know what I'm saying? So we not, oblivious to that shit, but we gotta speak from the perspective that we live in, all the while connecting with our people the world over. But like I told him, I big up all the ancestors. You feel me? I can big bruh because he ain't try to disconnect himself from the human family.
Hmm.
You feel me? He said, "Shit, nigga, I feel like we part of Africa." You know what I mean? So that to me, that's his way of saying he is African. You know what I mean? And when I heard that, I felt like it was over then. But
Yeah,
you
they
know,
always update the information. Africa in the church now.
come on
You know
now,
what I'm saying? Like this is how I feel about it, man. Just like he told you, if you ain't with the majority, you get rolled over. See, anybody willing to murder,
that we is some shit.
anybody that's willing to murder, and that's what you upkeep your government. That's why you have a military. You got all this stuff. We just weren't there, man. You just can't even compare it. You can't compare it. It is not conceivable by a lot of people because when you born in the diaspora where murder is the punishment. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is like,
Right. So you
I mean,
keep
just
that
look
third
around.
world, you keep that
Yeah,
second world perspective, and now that you pushing it on your people, it's a third world perspective.
we clearly said we have not killed, right? If you kill, you can't be amongst we or we isn't. You know what I'm saying? Or we can't say so. It's examined. You know what I'm saying? If you wrong, you gone. If you wrong, you gone. Nobody trades with you. Nobody mates with you. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? It really acknowledges you. Like we don't have to murder you. That's not our. It's just not. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like what is that? It's just if I know you on bullshit, I don't fuck with you. And if all of us on the same morality, that means the whole city just stop fucking with you because you grabbed the purse. You gotta write that. Because anything that you do, first of all, what you got to understand is, under my eye, you've dishonored your mother and your father. You've dishonored your mother and your father. Now, your mother is known for bringing a murderer in the world. Your father is known for
Appreciate
bringing a murderer in the world. This is the shame that you don't ever want to bring your parents. So
you.
you know what's up with that. And like I said, on a whole nother level, when you know you pass away, and you get judged. You know what I'm saying? It's it's the same as them. It's the same as them, but it ain't the eternal lake of fire and all this. I don't know what it is, cause like I said, they've held that. information. They've destroyed that information. If not, you know what I'm saying, they withholding it today. But anything that you could take, anything that you could take and say, well, if you don't do this, the majority of us feel like you worth killing. That's a bastard society. It has no mother, no father, and that's why they can't find their origins, they beginning. That's why they beginning start off at our end, or our middle, because they're trying to attach themselves to something that
Facts.
exists already, and it's more. It's a crazy. It's a sickness to do that, to even think like that. I don't care what my beginning is. I want to know my beginning. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I want to know my mom. I want to know my dad. It's like, nah, fuck my mom, fuck my dad. I'm like, this what it is, this what it is, and this what, like, that's crazy. And this is a whole society of people. This is a whole society of people that know, okay, bet. So you will kill your mama if your mama disrespect, break one of the commandments? I dare somebody tell me, yeah. I dare some, that's a sickness. Like, so you gotta understand the society we brought up, man. We just didn't think like that, man. There was no reason to even make a law. That's like writing a law that says you must breathe out, then in. You must walk left foot, right foot. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I know this. But when you introduce a group of people who don't know this, who don't know, respect the mother and your father, thou shalt not kill, thou not, you have to tell them that. And now they done dumbed you down to make you think that you, the person that these words was written. Man, your people wrote that for these lower beings who were babies on earth, who didn't know not to kill and not to steal. So that kills that. And then the whole fact that Moses spent his entire life in Egypt until he murdered one of the guards. You know what I'm saying? And moved
And
on.
he
Like,
knew what the law for that was. That's why he flee.
he cannot coexist in that environment, in that culture. He knew he couldn't exist in that culture. So if all you know is this culture, when you move on, do you like just build a whole nother? No, you built a
It's
different version of what you came from, whether
right.
you like it or not.
It's
So
like
instead
your
of saying
mama and
I
them teaching you how to walk. You might add a different swag to it later on, but
facts,
shit, you still got them basics of how your mama and daddy walk.
you how they talk and their mannerisms, how they move their hands and shit like that.
Right, cause
It's
they
like
taught you that shit.
if you kill somebody, you cannot say I have not killed. If you kill somebody, you
Facts.
cannot say I have not killed. So why would he take the laws that he was raised under, which was I have not killed, and push that on and claim to be? They're gonna say, well, you wrong. So of course now he gotta lower the standards and say, thou shalt not kill, this, that, and other. But you can be forgiven if you do. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
like, okay, so
That's
what
giving a
who did
nigga permission to do it, really. If you do it,
now
I
who
forgive you though.
if
Like,
we love
don't
yeah,
steal that, but if you do it, it's okay. What?
he romanticized himself. He came down and don't get it twisted. The word God is a specific being. You can't paint it black, you can't turn it to an it, you can't make it a
Come
woman. The
on now.
word God came with pictures and descriptions. Words in the book, you can't change that. You
Nope.
can't change that. So that white man that you call God that's painted on the roof of the 16th chapel is an anthropomorphism, like we take the stars and make
Hmm.
people out of them. He took himself and made somebody out of them. It's a romance for yourself when you say, no, the trees aren't this, the wind isn't this, the sun isn't this, the white man is this. When you come up in a society that's sun worshipers, but it burns you, you cannot use those laws. You have to they have to make a set of laws within their laws for you to abide by. And that's where you see all of this, man. It's just it's too, but That's just me. That's just me. But I can't imagine. I can't imagine how um, Hebrews think, and because they go, it's ridiculous, man. The stuff that you have to agree with and coincide with and exist with
The
and
things you have
support,
to ignore, it causes cognitive dissonance. To,
the
you
shit you
know,
have to ignore, the shit
you
you have to
feel
act
me?
like that don't exist at all, fam.
Ain't that the root word to ignorance? Shit.
That's crazy, man. And that's what you was saying. He was like, so you wanted with Solomon asked him, so you wanted his people to live ignorant? He's like,
Yeah.
no, really? Yeah, because that's why you say ignorant is bliss. He wanted
Come
them to
on
live in
now.
bliss.
And
Like,
that's
come
what it's
on,
like when
yeah.
you don't know what's good and evil, or what's good for you, or
Yeah.
what's detrimental for you. And that
Facts.
shit can change based on situation. So
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Get so caught up in God and the devil shit, you might have to recognize shit. Certain times you gotta serve the devil.
That
You know what
whole
I'm
shit.
saying? And that's gonna compromise you in your whole little religion setup. You feel me?
Yeah.
To to a point, it's like you gotta come up out of that shit in order to even exist on this
Man.
plane. You know what I'm
If
saying? If anything, you want to deal with that God shit, you a God experiencing everything about God on this realm. You
everybody
feel
is
me?
the judgment. Everybody is the judger. That's why if you do
Um,
something wrong, everybody feels a certain way. And I got you, bro. Go ahead.
nah, you good? Go ahead.
That's why it's exiled. That's why you get exiled. That's why you get desocialized. It's like, no, we straight. We straight. Just take what you got and go. That's why Moses had to go. And he had to take his people with him.
Right, right, because they practicing that same bullshit you want.
So I'm cool, man. And he went up there on that mountain and he was like, man, let me scribble this game down right quick, man.
You
Book,
feel
book,
me?
book, came back down and he impressed the stupid people with the intelligence he got from Egypt. And that put
Right.
him, you know what I'm
Put him at the
saying?
top.
It
Easy
made it
money.
believable the stuff he was saying. Like he learned how to predict the weather because he seen storms and smelt rain. I don't know,
Come on now.
but
All his
like I said,
experiences
yeah,
prepared him
but
for it.
all of that stuff is the stuff he learned from the
His
pharaoh,
mothers and fathers, we adopted his ass.
and the pharaoh children and the culture that was within there. And that's
Right.
what kills me.
Because
That's
his
why
people fell up on famine, remember? That motherfucker, that mama had to put him in the water. Hey, bro, you gotta fend for yourself. You feel me? How
yeah,
many
because there
mothers
was
would
something
do that
before.
shit to their kids? Like, the building collapsing, it's on fire, it's blowing up. You gonna throw your child out the 100th floor. Hope this nigga, you know what I'm saying? Hope they got a bungee out that mother or something. Nah, fool.
It probably was something that was done more than once, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm,
if you stay upstream
right.
from the pharaoh,
Okay, I
you know
see.
what I'm saying? Like it's just
Mm-hmm.
certain shit like that. They raid in our village, so people wash their clothes in the river in poor places.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see some babies coming up the river, you know what's going up that upstream. Like, oh shit, it must be
Right.
going down. So like I said, man, it's unimaginable, but it's cut and plain. If you read the laws, if you read the negative confessions, there's no reason to even go past that. It's not.
Hmm?
If you don't live by that, you don't exist.
You don't
You don't
exist.
exist, fam.
You
You do
dead
not
in that
exist.
moment though. Like them people
You're
used to
not,
die in that moment.
you're not a king. You're not a queen. You're not a priest. You're not held in honor, like in this culture. You know
You
what
hear
I'm
me?
saying?
Like that's crazy. And this man became a leader for killing for killing
I think
people that taught him how to do shit. You feel me? How to take care of himself, wash his ass. You know, not be a savage as they try to call us. You feel me? We know what that shit mean because they got words in their language for that shit. And like I was trying to tell him about the Maya shit, we don't got phrases for oh man, if you don't do what I tell you to do, this gonna happen. Like, come on, bro. We ain't got time for no boogie monster um versions of we need you to do right. Like nigga, fuck all that. You grown ass man, you fuck up, you know what's gonna happen. You grown ass woman, you fuck up, you know what's gonna happen. Like, it's too many consequences on the wall. How we dealt with people and mark their names down. Like, nigga, don't forget what such and such did. Like, you know what I'm saying? For
Mhm.
generations, your family would be banned, or I mean banished. You feel me? So it's like, man, come on, quit playing like that. And like I said, I stand on Kemet because that's where it was like a hub, a information hub center. This where we had our schools. This where we met up at. This where we traded goods and shit. You feel me? So at the end of the day, if you wanna deal with why black people are always hanging on the Kemet, because this is where we took all our prominence to be kept at. This is where we took our prominence to shine, collaborate with each other. You feel me? So
That's what shit went bad at. We need to bag
mhm.
the train up.
Yeah,
We
it
need
was
to
all right.
bag.
We was
Yeah.
collaborating with each other, but when we start collaborating with outsiders, that's when it fucked up. Start teaching people outside of the family, it got fucked off because everybody, all African countries, had right to this information. You feel me? It's
Yeah.
all our information. But when you start including people outside the fold, you get a different agenda. You get a different perspective. You know what I'm saying?
I like I said, I have to study some more because I know just like everything else, Kemet is a circulation. It's coming back. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like they
It's a
throwing you back.
cycle.
So I know it's not the answer to everything. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said,
Right.
I feel like it was some ego there. I felt like it was some flaws in our characteristic there. But I can admit that
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah.
don't want to. People don't want to admit their flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to admit. They want to act like that shit don't exist, fam. You hold up a whole system of the exact same stuff you claim you about. You say,
Hmm.
you say, we ain't you person you showing Satan more love than anybody I know. When you man, it's just it's so simple. It's so simple it's complicated because it's just like saying 1 plus 1 equal 2. And then they say, well, I don't understand that. How else do you explain 1 plus 1 equal 2?
Shit, cause nigga, cause really, this what it be a lot of times. You know how Uncle always say it. He be like, well organized lie defeats the truth every time.
Organized truth every time.
You feel me? So it's like, and then when you look at it another way, it's like, shit, the truth can be the complex when you've been lied to so much. You feel
Yeah.
me? So now the lie is simpler to believe. It's simpler to believe that some fairy tale gonna change your life. You feel me? It's simpler
That's
to believe the fact that you believe in this fairy tale or you think this fairy tale is real, but based on your argument from time to time, you'll say it's allegory, tell the truth. But it's like, you think you really gonna change your afterlife? I mean, I wouldn't doubt that you probably would see Jesus just based on the fact that I feel like perspective, using your mind and all that shit, you gonna create a Jesus. And like most people, you gonna make that motherfucker look like you just to empower yourself, but you didn't do that shit while you was here.
and that's what I say. If one no Jesus, it is one now because black folks, yo, like
Motherfuckers was drawing
yeah.
their imaginary friends and shit. And nobody got time to play with them, man. That's what that shit was. I'm gonna draw my imaginary friend. You know how when you was younger, you got the idea of what kind of person you wanted to be when you got grown. You looking at all the grown ups like, y'all niggas ain't shit. Wait till I get grown. Then your ass get grown. And you gotta start leaning on all the shit you seen them niggas do. Like, hold on, how did such and such survive?
Okay.
Okay. All right, I know what to do. And if you don't, you drown out this bitch.
I got one.
You feel me? If you ain't had nobody experience no heartaches and no pain in front of you, when you get grown and go through your own heartache and pain, you don't know how to deal with that shit. You don't got no options on how to handle that shit. So whatever the first thing come to your mind, you might do. If
Yeah.
your people ain't never went through no shit and you ain't never seen them come out of that shit, you don't know what to do when you going through some shit.
And you like this the worst thing I ever been through. It's
Man,
over with.
come on now.
Or then you
That's how
talk
it
to your
feel when
L,
you
they like,
lacking in
oh
experience.
no, that ain't nothing. Oh, that happened. This
That's
is
how
how
you
we
get the
handle
whole
that.
end of the world story. Fam was like, before they start eating of that fruit, bruh, they didn't die. Like people live forever. Man, you crazy. Name me one person who lived forever before they ate that fruit. I'm pretty sure that motherfucker didn't eat that fruit. He'll still be here.
Or I asked him who was the people who was living forever.
That's what I'm saying. Before Adam, you feel me? Like I'm pretty. Adam was the only one that ate him and his wife, far as we know. So what the rest of them motherfuckers at? Cain and Abel didn't eat that shit.
The snake ain't eat that shit.
He gave it to they dumb
That's what
ass.
the bitch should have said. How
He
you
gave
eat?
it to them because it's like,
You eat
nigga,
it. You
bro,
want
you
me
got
to
a
bite
book. Let's just say you got a book, right? I give you this book. I'm like, bro, it got all that information in it, bro, that confirm everything we be talking about. You think you gonna sit there and read it all the time, or you gonna be quick to give it to somebody that think like that need it broke down like that? You gonna give it to somebody who think like that because you already know that shit. You feel
I
me? And need
clearly
it
put
broke
it.
down like that.
I clearly put it. It's the white people. That was the example. Black folks, melanated people, Africans already knew
Innately.
good. They already knew good and evil.
You still do today. That's
The
why niggas
thing,
still gotta
yeah,
coach you into taking up for yourself. You still
no,
won't
no,
do it.
yeah. The thing was when the white people came along, good and evil wasn't known to them because they, like I said, they had just got here. And when your society's in its infant stages, you're like an animal. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
And it go
Like
out the window for us when we dealing with them. Like, man, I don't need no laws to uphold how I deal with somebody who done did all kind of wrong against me.
just make it plain.
You
That's
feel me?
but when they come up on the information, it's like like okay, when I was young, I thought everybody was telling the truth. Then I found
Hmm.
out, oh, people lied. Like,
Right.
let me get a quarter, I'll pay you back. And they'll
Hmm.
go be like, damn, it's easy to get a quarter from that nigga. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, like that's something people do for real.
I
Okay,
know
I'm
what you
finna do it
mean.
to everybody then. I'm finna do it to everybody. Like,
Hmm.
that's what happened. The motherfuckers came and go, and he knew that they would be so manipulative and they would start so much shit once they learned, oh,
Right.
God don't control all. You have to keep them so ignorant and bliss in his
Man.
fear.
And
Because if
people
you learn,
forget
you can
about the
do it.
preachers though, bruh. Like we
Yeah.
learned this shit from our people, bruh. Like the first preachers, they was in a pulpit for real. A pulpit where they had a chain tied around their motherfucking waist. And should they not say what master told them motherfuckers to say?
Uh-huh.
You hear me? You getting pulled from the pit. So with that being said, you feel me? Let's not deal with that, huh? Let's not deal with this shit was forced on us. And not to mention niggas seen how easy it was, like you said, to manipulate another nigga.
Mm-hmm.
And they in turn pull some third world thinking type shit. And here we are today. Niggas still trying to sell that shit to you. And like I said, I ain't putting this on my brother because he was converted. You know how it go when you get converted. You want everybody else to be converted, so you don't
Mm-hmm.
feel like something wrong with the decision you made.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So we
Yep.
need this weism. We all believe in this. Like, no. I believe in me. Therefore, I know when I go to perform, I'm gonna perform at my greatest peak because I already done prepared myself for this shit. I'm speaking my mantras at night. When I wake up in the morning, I'm reminding myself what I told myself before I semi died. You know, sleep is the cousin of death. People forget about. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these people that keep talking about their laws, are you gonna be able to whisper your laws before that last moment that you die? Because a lot of you gonna die because of not following these laws. You feel me? Ain't that what the book say?
It's
You're not
another.
following the law, so therefore you gonna die. So what good is, you know what I'm saying? What good is
Oh,
it? It seems like it's no free
you know,
will.
you
Ain't no point in even doing this shit, bro.
supposed to know. Can I use the rest of the insurance?
Like I was trying to tell fam, it's like it seemed like God a little bit confused. Okay, you die for the lack of knowledge. But on the other hand, if you eat from the tree of knowledge, shit, you gonna surely die.
Man, and when you translate that shit, it ain't gonna say none of that. Knowledge
Come
ain't gonna
on
be
now.
knowledge. Die ain't gonna be die. That's
Come on
already
now.
been proven.
We already
Where did you
know.
translate it from? What is the Hebrew? Where does Septuagint come from?
Come on now.
Where does
And that's when I
Septuagint come from?
That when I told them that motherfucker Angelo Triena, he translated that shit for them to be talking this Hebrew shit. You feel me? Then after that, Ben Yakumin, you know what I'm saying, made it cool for niggas. You feel me? But before then, there was a whole bunch of Jewish motherfuckers talking this shit.
That's why I say what
You
they
go over to
translated from.
Africa or Israel. Ain't no homegrown black Israelis talking about Hebrew Israelites. It's niggas that came from America, moved over that motherfucker, and living there calling themselves Hebrew Israelites. What do that tell you? What you saying right now is true. When that shit get translated, it's not gonna come down to that. I mean, it might even do that though, bro, because it is a fictional story.
Right.
It might. You know what I'm
At
saying? It's
the
a
end of the day,
mythos.
let's go back to a system that we could claim. A system that's not under lock and key and patented by a military force. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot be a Hebrew, Christian, Muslim, or none of that and do anything outside of that Bible. They being lenient on y'all.
Easy, man.
Because when they call in for their religious soldiers, y'all gonna have to get in line.
And get
When
your
the
head chopped
Vatican,
off.
when the Vatican say it's time to take the mark of the beast, that's what you're gonna have to do.
Or get your head chopped off. That's how religion was converted on our ancestors.
Yeah, they watch out the motherfuckers. I ain't that type of Christian. I ain't that type of you. Okay, okay. I mean, more power to him and everything. I don't know if he for the liberation of black people, truly indeed. But if he is, I give him all power and respect and let him talk that shit to the white Hebrews and other religious people. But when we internal, we know that shit is fake and fictitious, and we have no need for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing and then join us. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
man, I'm not finna sit up here and let my people who build something and then religious people come along and say, "Look what God did."
Like we forgot what they did the last time we let religious people come in.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, last time I let you niggas in my house, you said God said to destroy it. Nah, I'm good on that. Don't come back over here with that dumb shit. Cause you ain't even build this shit.
Yeah.
You ain't got the right to destroy it. You didn't write it. You don't got the right to interpret
Yeah. Like
it.
why who changes the holy language? Like why you ain't learned to read that shit?
Bro, they be doing it all the time. Like you gotta read the scripture and interpret it. It say don't add or take away. So how you get to interpret the shit too? Not like the Bible is self-explanatory.
How many Bibles is it?
And how many? How many? How many? I don't know. That's a great question. I say at least 6 plus.
Yeah.
For real. Because when you get into Christianity, they got the New Revised King James.
Man, I know it's like 60 different Bibles. Black's Bible, the Jefferson Bible. Like
They
they
probably got plantation Bibles in storage somewhere. Certain plantations had their own translations and shit.
your niggas murdered.
You feel me? Motherfucker asked me what the punishment was in Kemet, bro. They got court documents. You feel me? For how these were the best record keeping motherfuckers on the planet. And you gonna ask me how did they punish motherfuckers? Like, bro, in the words of the great Pharaoh, cool with that shit. Oh, I should have said, cool with that shit. Cause he knew the answer. He just wanted to see if I knew, really.
Yeah.
And he heard me when I said, bro, what you want me to do? Pull up a wall or something and show you? Because the 42 laws of Marriott, that ain't what that is. It ain't about, oh, let me lay out to you what's going to happen if you don't follow my law.
Right.
Nah, that ain't what that is, cuz. That's a spiritual text. So would you want your people to reflect on themselves and be better people so we can be better as a whole? Or keep looking at everybody else so you be like, at least I'm better than this nigga. I ain't did as much as he did, but I do some fucked up shit. Come on, man. Come on, now. Y'all really had homosexuality going on. Motherfucker want to talk in the book though. In the book. So it's like, and then I broke down to him like, bro, the pictures y'all keep bringing up about the homosexuality in Kemet, it clearly shows a priest circumcising an initiate, bringing them in the priesthood.
Look, that motherfucker bite the foreskin off babies, man. To this
Come on
day.
now.
Like, come on,
With their
man.
mouth, though, bro. That's nasty.
Come on, man. You ain't
Put
finna
their
let
mouth
that
on the baby,
motherfucker
dang dong.
bite the skin off my fucking son's penis. You
And they
sick,
probably chew it up.
motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, y'all weird.
You know
He
how
said,
painful
you
that
chew
gotta
it
be,
up.
though? You know how painful that gotta be to that baby, too, though?
I don't give a fuck.
Like, it's already painful as it is, you feel me? But
Yeah.
at the same time, what the kind of pressure you gotta apply for your mouth to actually break the skin, my dude? Come on now, I ain't saying the mouth is a weak muscle. It's a very strong muscle. But
It
I
ain't
done
made
been
for
bit
that, man.
before. I done been bit before, and that shit did not feel good at all. I can imagine nigga would have broke all the way through, took a chunk off. All my
Yeah,
brothers who
right.
don't got shot.
That's
You
one of the
talking about?
worst feelings to be bit. That's worse than being stabbed and shot. Shit.
Come on, bro. That shit. Woo. And it take a while too. You feel me? Nigga gotta
Mm-hmm.
snatch, like the pictures do. Nigga gotta snatch away and shit.
All my life.
Cause your teeth ain't made for that shit. Your teeth made for goddamn it breaking down vegetables very easy. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't it? Ripping the hard part off and shit.
Right. That's why your teeth look like the bottom of a shovel and shit.
Chopping with it, chopping, piercing, and grinding. Like, not.
Come on now. It's made to receive the things of the earth. Not things that's gonna require you to goddamn it turn into an animal. As far as I'm concerned, when you talking about that whole European conversation, the way they was depicted by the ancestors, they weren't even on the level of the animals. You feel me? The animals, they at least stuck to the laws of nature. These motherfuckers ruling their damn parents by DNA. So that's directly against the laws of nature. Like, what the fuck you think this is? You ruling your parents with the reverse. So if your mama said, we ain't on this shit, you own that shit, and you making your mama and dad and them have to do it, or else they go to jail or die. Like, come on, man. That's what we looking at. Because here it is with that God and devil shit. The old God becomes the new devil. You feel me? And that ain't no different than when we was kids hearing about Caucasian people killing their parents, and that shit threw us the fuck off. You like, what? I know in 2018, where they having this big media push to make the black man the most monstrous motherfucker on the planet. Not to say, because, we don't deal with that whole good and evil on the level we scared to appear strong. You know what I'm saying? But we talking about when a person make it seem like you acting purely out of, just ignorance. But we act out of passion. We act out of love for our families because we fathers, we sons. We not just one individual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I come from something, and I'm trying to get back to that shit. So if you try to snatch me up again, it's gonna be a problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? People be acting like niggas wrong for dealing with people how they come to them, whether it's another brother or somebody outside our nationality or our ethnicity, I should say. You feel me? It's like, come on, bro. They doing what come natural to them, and not to mention when we see what come natural to other people, it's the reverse. So who am I to deny what I see? That's going for one against myself again. For two, going against, if people want to deal with the Most High, the Creator, shit, going against that, as well as for me, going against nature. Shit, all I know is what I see. That's why all I knew at first, you feel me, is what I seen at first. Until I was able to read, you know what I'm saying? Have conversations with different people. So you gonna go against what got you here? That's like saying, man, fuck learning how to walk. Shit, fuck that shit from now on. Okay, guess what? Let's see how you walk. Let's see how you walk, absent of everything you knew about learning how to walk. And up until now that you said fuck learning how to walk. Everything you knew before fuck learning how to walk. Let's see how good you walk. And that's what we dealing with as a people. We appear to be winging it. Because we done forgot everything before the motherfucking boat. And then once we get there, we done forgot everything before we decided to keep record because we knew it was gonna come a time that we weren't gonna be all together. We was gonna disperse. So should the world go into chaos, hey, here's record of how we live, my nigga, and here's record of how shit. If you want peace, if you want the different things that were taking place in Kemet, because it wasn't always just peace, then here's how we got there. You know what I'm saying? And what's good for the goose, good for the gander. Same way bro got to his house, I can drive that same path and get to that nigga house. That's all I'm saying. It ain't complicated. It ain't even complicated.
Man. I just feel it just need it's a certain group. There's so many groups of people on Earth that need to be openly studied without biasness
Mm-hmm.
and allowed to create society in their temporal climate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
absent of influence of others,
Yeah,
like in the sense of
absolutely,
if you do this, we gonna do this. Nah, let these people think freely and see what they come up with.
absolutely. Yeah, you see
I
what they
put my
come up with.
money on you. You feel me? I put my
Yeah.
money on any of my brothers and sisters. You feel me? Absent of outside influence, man, I guarantee you greatness is sure to come.
I mean, because at the end of the day, it's not about having luxuries,
Come on, man.
right? And like,
Straight
like,
up.
like, like you ain't using that Bible to get luxury. You using that
You ain't.
Bible to bring peace, right?
You ain't
To
supposed
stop
to.
killing. Yeah.
You
To
ain't
stop
supposed to.
killing. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole other conversation. But
You feel me?
that's what it's supposed to bring peace. This brings peace.
Come on now.
This separation brings peace. We
The
got a
Prince of
whole
Peace. I
world.
thought that's who he
Yeah.
was. Excuse me, the
We got
Prince
a
of Peace,
whole
man.
planet. Why do we have to act like everywhere has to be a mixing pot? When you see the devastation it causes,
We
we
got a
supposed to be
whole
in one
planet where I
place.
gotta take from Suave.
Everybody's supposed to be separated. You can visit other people, but you have to act under their accordance. You
Right,
can't
cause you
you
in their house.
facts. And if you come and if they don't eat meat, what you gonna do? If they don't eat meat, you
You
gotta
ain't
bring
gonna
your
eat
ass over
meat.
and sit down and eat some motherfucking vegetables. You can't
Right.
come over here with a pack of meat.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
disrespectful.
Like, yeah, you
You,
clearly
if
in the
anything,
wrong
you
room.
ask people why they don't eat meat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Or you
okay,
shut the
mate,
hell
you
up.
might can learn something. You feel me?
Yeah.
Cause that's what I used to tell people all the time. Like, you know, why you don't ask me why I don't go to church no more instead of telling me I need to go to church? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like somebody dropping out in the ninth grade, right? And then you finish the 12th grade and you like, fuck college, I'm finna go on and go do whatever your passion is, you feel me? And they ask you, why you ain't go to college? Hold on, my nigga. You ain't even finished high school. You ain't got the right to ask me that type of shit. But at the end of the day, that would be the best question to ask, though. I was being funny on that. You ain't got the right. I was being an asshole. But that's the best way to approach it. Ask a person why they doing it instead of telling them you doing something wrong. You need to go back to school. You ain't making enough money. Man, look,
Ask
bro.
the person how they gonna do something instead of telling them they can't.
You hear me? And they assume because they didn't finish school that maybe if you would have went a little further, like they thinking about themselves, you probably be better off. But shit, nigga, you finished high school, so shit, why the fuck? You know what I'm saying? That ain't good enough for me to be better off than you. But here it is, niggas that don't finish high school or don't finish none of this school and shit, still make the same amount of money as you.
And that's
So
what it is.
how is you even justifying these luxuries? You feel me? Like you were saying, like it ain't even about luxury because you can't even justify the pursuit of this shit.
Nope. And there's people dying. What you
Come
want to
on
do
now.
with a mansion and there's people dying?
You driving a Bentley and there's potholes all in the street with people dying. Like you said, like you fucking your car up for one driving that shit in that environment, given the climate of the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you out here balling, you shitting on niggas just for the sake of you looking good. Like we go broke just to make everybody else feel bad. Like for real. When really you feel the worst out of everybody, cause this how far you gotta go.
That's what I'm saying. It's real to be fake.
That's 2018.
Real to
We
be
ain't,
fake, and it's fake to be real.
that shit ain't gonna last long. You feel me? That shit is not gonna last
When
long,
you
bro.
live, if everybody live within their means, it'll be a better society. But the people that live within their means get discredited.
Mm-hmm.
Like you ain't playing the game. That's what everybody know. You ain't playing the game. You ain't
You
going
hear
broke
me?
for the shoes and the hair and the clothes.
Right. We can't bring you down. I
Yeah.
don't know what your angle is. Like, when most people be like having conversation, people be trying to figure out like once you start tearing down what they standing on, motherfucker be trying to figure out what you standing on because they don't, you know what I mean? They don't know the angle. You feel me? So if they can't never figure out what you standing on, guess what? It's like shit, but I don't know how to deal with this one, but he tearing me up. But man, look,
Social acceptance. Because if he get the influence, I can't live under that society.
come on,
If this
man.
person that live within their means get influence, so I gotta tear them down and make sure that we like, oh hell no. That's just like me saying, all right, let's live by the Bible.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers a snap.
Now,
We ain't doing none of
the
this shit.
same ones pushing that shit.
We
Cause
ain't
like I
killing.
told him, a lot of the Hebrews would be dead if they stuck by that shit. It wouldn't even been no Hebrew Israelites, real talk. Cause dude, they was sheep herders and goat herders and shit. Like nigga, you not supposed to lay with your animal. Okay, well then tell me why most shepherds practice having sex with goats by puberty. Like, be for real. Be for real though. Quit playing out here.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these people they talked about in the Bible was young, so obviously they done had that experience before. So with that being said, it's like you can't even push that culture on us. Like you pushing sheep herding and goat herding. That's what you really pushing. That's what you really pushing. And it's 2018, but we supposed to fall for that? But just because they got laws to sheep herding and goat herding. Okay, I got you. But that's how they came into prominence. You feel me? Like they can't tell you no Hebrew schools. They can't tell you no prominent ancient Hebrew schools that people went to, and because of that, we got modern day America. Because you can clearly see how motherfuckers came through Africa and shit. We got modern day America. They didn't even know
Mm-hmm.
that shit was here until they came through Africa.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't even, dude. They wasn't even speaking clearly till they came through Africa.
That's what
What?
that's about.
You
And
feel
that
me? So
it's the
why is you
energy.
playing?
You already know they have studied it all. Vocal tones,
Ain't no use
vibrations.
in standing up right when you in a cave that ain't nothing but probably 3 feet high at the most. At peaks. Like you gonna crawl. That's better for you to do. And you been crawling, obviously, for you to even decide to be in a cave. Somebody who walk upright, that shit wouldn't even be comfortable. You ain't gonna even pick that shit for your home. You want to be in comfort.
Yeah,
So as much
all
as
that shit is just the white man coming in contact with the African culture.
and his
That's all it is.
observations.
It's an exaggeration. It's all that
Right.
were giants because some
I
people.
mean, this is perspective too, though. You gotta think about that too, bro. Like some of the sick shit they was doing to each other, the millions of years. I mean, the thousands of years. And I ain't gonna even give them a million. The thousands of years. I would even say hundreds of years.
Hundreds of
Yeah,
years
that they fought against each other continuously. To the
without
motherfuckers
stop.
we see today, I ain't even half for the forms of, you know what I mean? The many versions of them it was.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like this shit cursed. That shit cursed. And you want me to sit here and be like, yeah, it's a lot more of y'all than everybody else. How? When anytime you mix with everybody else, your shit go away. And then y'all
Mm-hmm.
killed over half of each other before y'all even came in contact with everybody else. Like, man, quit playing.
So how is you defining yourself? That's what I
Quit
want.
playing. Right.
When are you no longer you?
How are you defining yourself? So Abraham
Yeah.
just dropped down out of nowhere? Who made that motherfucker? Because he the first Hebrew we know about. Or at least y'all wrote about. You feel me? Because we don't got no record of this nigga birth certificate. None of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you on my birth certificate, it showed what I traced back to. You feel me? The first part of that shit is talking about African. You feel me? And obviously, I'm over here in America, and they want to classify me as an American. You know what I'm saying? So, that being said, it's like you can't. Okay, you can sit here and deny it to me all day, bro. You can deny it to me all day. But when you go out here and interact with the world, you have cognitive dissonance because you have no choice but to acknowledge the fact
Uh-huh.
that you black, you African, and you in America, so they want you to fall into this American thing. So with that being said, like I mean, if anybody would be American, it would be you, but don't get it twisted. Like that shit mean more than you know what I'm saying. It's put out there, and with the change in the definition of who is an American, that shit don't always fit us. They did change the definition, so and it wasn't by accident that they made it to the descendants of Europeans that came here.
Man.
So keep on playing that game if you want to. Too.
Who ain't
But
an
even they, that's what I'm saying. Like even the
African?
Caucasian or European scientists say, man, they came up out of human origins come from Africa. So even if they came out their mouth and try to say they was from somewhere else, what are you saying you are? Like, what are you? What are you? You
And
feel me? It
why
only
you been
makes
yeah.
sense that the first human civilization started in Africa if the origins come from there. You would think
That,
you would get it right before you go anywhere else. You wouldn't
that's
make it
what I'm
nowhere else
saying,
you
man.
can't get it right here.
Don't nobody know.
Common sense.
It's human history can be traced back to Africa. Nobody knows where it started, and you be because it's not unimaginable for me to say life started in Africa. But I also have to think like the world has ages to it.
Mm-hmm.
Ages. Certain places were iced and certain places were tropical at a time that's not no longer like that. So it's
Right.
like
And that's when you
Antarctica
get into the type of homos it is, and no gay
Antarctica
reference,
could
but
be the
you know what
fucking
I'm saying.
beginning of civilization. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, people get like when I started bringing up, all right, that's when you get into the different kind of homo, like they say Homo
Uh-huh.
sapiens and all that shit.
Homo
That's
erectus, Homo
yeah, that's when you
africanus.
get into that shit to me because well, that's when you get into their explanation of that shit and reason why they
Yeah.
even purported that shit because now you got to deal with these people changed because they even talked about the Neanderthals being bred out and killed off. You feel me? But we
Mhm.
know good damn well who the Neanderthal is today. But these people changed their name. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Changed their
Uh-huh.
name to protect their previous innocence, but now it's they new devious because now you being sneaky, my nigga. You being sneaky. You know good damn well who the fuck you is. And now you trying to blend in. Cause you know that's the only way back though, really. Like really think about it. Like if somebody was be like, as a black man, since we blame you for everything, we obviously feel like you have the solution. So, black man, what would you do to change things? Um, um, I don't think you want to ask me that. Like your boy said all life. I probably never mind.
And this would kill me, man. It's like, first of all, I ain't never seen a Buddhist read shit in English.
Come on, man.
I don't see how Hebrew reading shit in English. That's English people shit. That's not your shit.
You hear me?
Like
That's your clear sign right
that's
there.
so that's so out of line. That's like me giving the history of gold mine
Mm-hmm.
and titling that shit fucking purple fields or some shit. And now I got motherfuckers calling you purple fields and you if a motherfucker see you today, they'll call you, oh, purple fields. Like,
And
who the
then
fuck is this
generations
nigga
later,
talking
their
to?
kids start
Who this
running
nigga
around.
talking to? Talking about some purple fields. Like, nigga, why did you change my name?
You feel me? Why?
Why did you feel like you had to alter shit? Like,
To give
if
yourself a history that you didn't have before. And in that sense, we know who did that shit.
then motherfuckers found the original name, now they think they got something on it. Oh, we the truth. No, you just got some of the research done. You know what I'm saying? Just like me. People did the research and I benefited from it. You know what I'm saying? Then I started doing research and people gonna benefit from it. That don't mean should I go make a new religion now that I know more than my great granddaddy? Like, well, calm down. Stop being so impressed when you
You
learn
can't
how to
make
tell your
one
truth.
without recognizing he even gave you the concept to come up with one, even if you know what I'm saying.
Fact.
Like nigga, you say your
All
granddad a religion, now you trying to
all
get one.
yeah, all religions should be comedic based. I don't care what you talking about.
Because it
Mm-hmm.
deals with balance of family. Like, and everybody say that's the most important thing to them until they get to a point. It's like, all right, fam. Hey, since we say we family, let's start acting like it. Because that's what this requires. You got to act like it. You can't be sitting over here talking about you comedic and then a nigga see you and you dressing like everybody else. You acting like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You treat your wife like everybody else, your kids like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Your neighbors, your friends. Like it ain't like that. But yet it's still here it is. You'll know a prostitute or a comedic person before they even walk up on you and speak to you, because you're gonna see signs of it, right? Or you're gonna see signs of a conscious person too in the way that they approach you. But here it is. I gotta ask you, you know what I'm saying? Is you Christian? I gotta ask you, is you Hebrew? Cause I can't read that shit straight off because it got traces of my culture in your symbols to the point I might assume you just a conscious brother, but given, the different ways people be doing shit, we know who Hebrew Israelites is nowadays. You know what I'm saying? The way they carrying themselves, we know the separation that they intentionally made. And for me, it's like, why, brother? I'm not good enough for you. You know what I'm saying? What you came from ain't good enough for you. Great grandmama infinity wasn't good enough for you. Like, nigga, how'd you get here? Because I guarantee you, if you really do deductive reasoning and go all the way back, it's gonna always result to that balance of the masculine and the feminine that takes place between the mother and the father to be. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, it's like, let's deal with what we know first. That's the solution. Because we know we mistreating our family. Shit, if you start treating your family right, guess what? You ain't finna sit around and be trying to mistreat other people's family, because you know how it would feel if, you know what I'm saying, all of your will and your efforts to protect your family and treat your family right go in vain because somebody else come in and take their piece. You see what I'm saying? You wouldn't want to do that to nobody else because what? You work so hard to keep peace in your own house.
Mm-hmm. And you know
So
what it is.
come on now. So if you minding your own business, aka using your mind to be on your own business and the ways of your people, guess what you gonna handle? You gonna handle family business. So with that being said, can you have a family without resources? Or, you know what I'm saying, the funding that we use in today's capitalistic system? Nah, not for the most part, at least it had the basics, because a lot of times we go without the basics, which creates a displacement within people to where now they be over exaggerating shit, overdoing shit, like making sure their kids have shit that they wanted so bad as a bratty ass child, and they really didn't need that shit. Ain't nothing progressive or beneficial for you or that damn child other than you finally got something that you said you wanted or you thought you said you wanted. Because we forget about enticing. We talk so much about the good and evil, we forget about temptation. It's like the same people talking about good and evil forget about temptation, but think because they put these punishments in place, temptation go out the window. Punishments is just like a security guard. You know what I'm saying? The security guard there for the people who normally wouldn't even do no wrong. And since they see the security guard, they definitely ain't finna do nothing. You feel me? But the nigga that was gonna do something anyway, they gonna steal in your face.
Facts. Fuck the punishment.
You feel me? Deal with the consequences later.
Yeah.
So
And
for you to
that's what
play
it's about.
games like what's best for our people, it's best for our people to identify as themselves. Once you identify as yourself, you know the ways of your motherfucking self. Or you seek to learn the ways of yourself. Because as I'm constantly learning, you feel me? Like I'm constantly having, different thoughts. Hey, how was my people when they was here? What my people doing over there? Like what, you know what I'm saying? Constantly progressing myself by indulging in the progressions of my people, as well as some of the errors they may have made. And it's only based on where I'm standing at right now. That shit might have been the right shit to do right then, but for me, it's an error because if I try that shit right now, that's not gonna work.
You better know it. On my
But it might be
life.
good for later on, so I don't need to just throw it away. You feel me?
That's
Like,
what a lot. That's the problem that's happening now. It's like,
mm,
yeah, we still doing what Martin Luther King and Malcolm X said do.
mm-hmm. and not realizing they don't put up a whole brigade to make sure you can't achieve that no more.
It's a
Not to
different
mention,
ball game.
they swept, man. I hate to do it to the people, but they swept one of the motherfuckers in like an industry plant. You feel me? Like you got a nigga that's really taking off. He doing his thing, maybe Kendrick or J. Cole, and then they slide in, somebody who mediocre, but he changed the way shit is, like a Takashi or some shit. You like, what the fuck? This nigga is fucking the shit up. But then when you see where that agenda lead to, you like, nigga, I see who that benefit, and it ain't us. And it's the same thing you got to do with anything. Even if Kimmy don't benefit you in the place you is right now, you feel me? You can't see that shit, bro. I ain't mad at you. Like I told bro, every brother and sister ain't my brother and sister. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, me and you talking right now. Somebody looking for some lies to try to spread on us, they can find anything, pick anything, and reverse that shit and make up a lie. Somebody looking for the truth, anything we say that ain't beneficial to them, they gonna push that shit to the side and not even worry about it because they still looking for the truth. They weren't even looking for that. They ain't gonna even see the other shit. You see what I'm saying? And everything a nigga say, they gonna find some way to see a truth or at least understand, okay, this is what perspective he coming from. I don't know that truth yet. You feel me? Because I can't write off your experience. You feel me? So I wouldn't expect the next motherfucker to be like, man, shit, you tripping. Man, it's certain shit we know, motherfucker. Somebody told you that shit. Like, if I describe an alien or something, and I describe it directly how the X-Files alien look like, it's a good chance I seen that alien model before.
Man, did you hear the motherfucker he said? So, is the Ten Commandments a carbon copy of the 42 laws? They're like, no. I'm like, damn, you can't even admit that. Like, you could at least said, yeah. Like, come on, where did you get the Ten Commandments from? Who else? Man,
Right.
that's weird, man.
Straight weird shit. Fam, I appreciate your ass coming through. We got like 7 people in the building. Say what's up to the chat.
What's good, fam? I'm on the phone. Yeah, nah, it wasn't nothing, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad I got to witness that, man.
Man, I'm glad everybody came through.
I'm thinking about emailing, trying to see if I jump in there too, man.
Man, get in that bitch.
Get beat up a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta, get roughed up a little bit to find out, dang, hold on, I really can take on multiple motherfuckers at once. I got them hands. It's like racing somebody slow. You don't quite run as fast as you possibly could until somebody push you to the limit.
Brandon say he can't get in. I can't get in.
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah, I'm finna check that out.
I don't know who that is.
I was wondering what happened. That's my fam from Texas I was telling you about.
Oh,
okay. I was wondering why fam ain't came in yet. I'm like, that's what it is. We're gonna have to work that shit out because I definitely need to, get you two good brothers on here together.
Nah, anytime you see a culture, they gonna have similarities. I said, come on, man.
Right.
Like, even if it was similarities, why did you put all that stuff on the same list? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
How okay, and that was it. What was the next 10 commandments at? And then the next 10 commandments at? Did you get cut off from your source of knowledge so you couldn't come up with something new?
You only got 10. We got 42.
That's why you came up with the New Testament and then it stopped. You couldn't make no more testaments. Come on, man. This
because you done destroyed the source where you got the information.
Because you can't steal from the source no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And then some of the shit you ain't want to acknowledge, so you like, nah, we definitely we gonna take these few. It probably only took he talking about you can only find 2 things from the 10 Commandments in the laws of my God. Bruh, out of 42, you think we only covering 2 of the 10 things you mentioned about life? You crazy. At the end of the day, that shit went over all the spectrums of life, from the spiritual to the soul to the physical. So with that being said, you just running in circles from the fact that, shit, you got your game from your mama and your daddy. Like it is what it is. But to not acknowledge it, guess what? You only gonna get so much from your mom and your daddy. They ain't gonna keep on giving you shit you don't appreciate. That's why you can't remember who the fuck you was. You can't. Because you refuse to acknowledge your mother and your father. In the acknowledgement of your mother and your father, you immediately gain the so-called salvation that they looking for and recognize that, damn, the war is already won. Look what kind of vessel I'm in. Because we having a physical war, you feel me, as well as a spiritual war. But let's deal with the physical. The vessel you in signalizes you already won that shit. You just got to do what you designed to do in the time when it's time to. You feel me? The spiritual, shit, that's directly connected to your physical, and it's an expression of your soul. So therefore, it shows the connections that you have with this universe as well as nature. So when it comes to interfacing with a higher self or most high, if anybody got the direct line, it's you. But you can't tap into it until you tap into yourself. And you first got to acknowledge your goddamn self. While you worrying about what's the name of that guy, you need to be worrying about shit, appreciating the properties of you and utilizing that shit. When you was a child, these elements protected you. Now that you're of a mature age, these elements are supposed to be utilized for your upliftment and the upliftment of your people.
That shit is crazy. There he is. What's up, fam?
What up, though? Scorpio.
What's up? Peace and love, brothers. Peace and love, my brothers.
What up,
Man, my
famo?
father, love, peace, man.
Glad you made it in, yeah, man, we just recapping over this
I
debate.
apologize for the lateness.
Nah, you good. We're gonna definitely do a part two. I'm gonna try to get all the bros in this motherfucker, but I definitely wanted to get you Swab on this motherfucker so everything worked out. Shit, want to introduce y'all. Shit,
Right
Nice to
on.
meet you, bro. Nice to meet you, fam.
man, these good people up out of
It's
Indiana,
nice to meet you too,
Swab.
my brothers, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity.
For sure,
That's
love.
what's up.
Man, that boy Swab get to going, boy. You gonna swear you have to look at your phone like, nigga, is this Tupac video on my fuck, nigga? Not to say he regurgitated nothing, but you hear that passion, that fire. You like, nigga, last time I heard this kind of conviction, my nigga.
And this
Pac was
was,
at the Malcolm
man,
X annual dinner, niggas going ham.
I
Talking
have
about
not
we
stolen.
niggas until we set this shit right.
Right.
You feel me?
Oh my country, man. Listen, fam. This is just how basic it is, man. And I got to do it. I have not committed sin. I have not committed robbery with violence. I have not stolen. I have not slain man or woman. I have not stolen food. I have not swindled offerings. I have not stolen from God or goddesses. I have not told lies. I have not carried away food. I have not cursed. I have not closed my ears to the truth. I have not committed adultery. I have not made anyone cry. I have not felt sorrow without reason. I have not assaulted anyone. I am not deceitful. I have not stolen anyone's land. I have not been an eavesdropper. I have not falsely accused anyone. I have not been angry without reason. I have not seduced anyone's wife. I have not polluted. I have not terrorized anyone. I have not disobeyed the law. I have not been exclusively angry. I have not cursed God or goddess. I have not behaved with violence. I have not caused disruption of peace. I have not acted hastily or without thought. I have not overstepped my boundaries of concern. I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. I have not worked evil. I have not used evil thoughts, words, or deeds. I have not polluted the water. I have not spoken angrily or arrogantly. I have not cursed anyone in thought, word, or deeds. I have not placed myself on a pedestal. I have not stolen what belongs to God, goddess. I have not stolen from or disrespected the deceased. I have not taken food from a child. I have not acted with insolence. I have not destroyed property belonging to God or goddess. What else you gotta say?
Man,
What else you gotta say? Do you gotta say, I obey my mom and my dad? I, I won't kill. Thou shalt not kill. That's it. Like, fam, like any way you want to go. If you want to say you stole food, carried it away, whatever, however you want to put it. Like, no, we're not going for none of that.
None of that.
And I don't see. Obviously, he hasn't read it, man. They just, But when you coming with that agenda, bro, you gotta really be unbiased, man.
Right. I think if it wasn't for the fact that it was, a debate, the brother probably would have came around. You check out the debate, Brent?
Hello?
Scorpio.
Yeah,
check out the debate.
We hear you.
Yo, I'm right here. It keeps coming on and off. I can barely hear you, brothers.
Make sure you push. See if you got the little speaker emblem at the top of your phone next to the camera. Make sure it's on speaker and not phone speaker. Cause sometimes my phone it'll be on the earpiece, and I have to press that to change it to speaker.
Yeah, y'all are on my earpiece, but I can't get it right because it's sounding really crazy.
Oh, you got an earpiece in your ear? You talking about the earpiece on your phone? Oh.
Okay.
Can you hear it now?
Huh?
Can you hear me clear?
Hello?
Can you hear me clear, bro?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, you're a little lower now.
Shit, we're just trying to
Okay, I hear y'all way better. Oh, wow.
I bet. That's what's up.
We're just trying to get your feedback on how you felt the debate went. We about to get ready to close it up. My ass on 10%, but I definitely want to get your feedback.
Okay, I just have a few things to say, my brothers. And first and foremost, I think that you held your ground how you should have as far as your perspective and your standpoints and the girth of information that you had available to you as far as what you said and what you didn't say. What you didn't say to me is irrelevant because you said all of the things that were pertinent. And I respect that 1,000. You know what I'm saying? As far as holding your ground. And I feel as though the brother from the Hebrew walk of life, I'll say, didn't quite open his mind to different understandings. He only opened his mind to what he was already taught, which kind of made a complexity in the debate itself, because he didn't want to open his mind to the facts and evidence that you presented, because it wasn't like you were speaking just from a place of feeling or emotion. You presented a lot of facts and evidence that should have been addressed, but it wasn't. So I really think as though you did your part as far as what you did with the debate, and I'm proud of you, my brother. Just so I can side note, you know what I'm saying, just so you know, I'm proud of you because you did your thing and you presented your evidence, and your evidence went basically unspoken on. No one spoke on the evidence that you presented, or the brother that was there, he didn't speak on the information that you presented, which would, in my book, be a clear win. But I don't know how people vote, so sway votes and motherfuckers want to vote this way and that way. But I mean, as far as evidence, you did your thing, and I'm very happy that you were able to convey yourself in a way that other people can understand you.
Facts. I second that strongly. That was well worded, real talk.
I've been waiting to say that to my brother all night, man. I just wanted to let him know, like, yeah, he not only stood his ground, but he went in swinging, and he didn't go down swinging. He continued to swing and stood in the upward motion. So I have to let him know, like, bro, you did your thing. You know what I'm saying?
And nobody ever addressed what he said as far as when it's like laws are common sense. And that's what threw me off, because dude has said it like laws is, he was saying, unless you know how to fly, you don't know how to fly, you fall. That's a law. And that's something that I always say. Laws are things that have a universal consequence. If I jump off of a cliff with a rich white man, we both die.
Yeah,
But when you in a system where he go to court and I get a different sentence than him, that's not a law. That's a privilege that somebody
exactly.
honors through military enforcement. And so
Mhm.
you talking about your laws, you're not talking about laws, you're talking about privileges. So what
Right.
he's saying is the laws that you claiming are common sense to us. They're not
Mhm.
privileges. We don't pat people on the back because they didn't kill. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Or they only killed once.
Right.
Mhm.
So he never stepped into that paradigm and answered, and addressed it. You know,
Or
I
the
don't believe he was able
plagiarism.
to.
It's like it's okay to plagiarize when it's a religion.
No, it's not. And I don't believe that he was able to step into that realm because if he would have been stepping out of the realm of his teaching and then
True.
at that point freestyling. And if you don't know what you're talking about when you're freestyling, it's not a good place to step to. So I understand why he didn't make the move he made. You know what I'm saying? I understand why, but at the same time, when it comes to a debate, you either can address the situation or you cannot. And if you cannot, then clearly you have to bow out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's the natural procession to that because you're not addressing anything. You're just posing more questions. Because I believe when I was watching it, that's what he did. Instead of answering a question, he answered the question with a question.
What punishment? Just kept asking, what's the punishment? Well, what's the punishment? Well, what's the punishment? I'm
What's
like,
the punishment behind not eating? Okay, everyone on the phone. Let's divulge on that for a moment. What happens when you do not eat? Let's say you just say, you know what, fuck it, I ain't gonna eat no more. What is the punishment that happens to you as a human if you do not eat?
no matter what you believe in,
No matter what you believe in, you can believe in buttholes. It doesn't matter. Whatever you believe in, what happens to a human that does not eat? What's the punishment? What is the direct punishment from a human when they do not eat or take in water sustenance?
you will expire.
Period. That's a law of Ma'at. That's a balance, which means you have to eat. That's a balance that's just created. So you don't have to address it, but you know it exists. You don't have to say, I need to breathe air, but you know you got to breathe air. Because if
Well,
you
I need the
don't,
ground to
you
walk
will
on.
expire.
and guess what? Nobody had to teach you that.
Nope. That comes from the first God you meet, your mother.
And even if they
Nobody had to
don't
teach you
teach
that.
you
She
that, you
gave it to
gonna
you
suffer the
before she
con.
even knew you. She taught you how to eat.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? What to eat. You know what I'm saying? You knew
What you're
to-
going to like, what you're not going to like,
how to
everything.
communicate. You came out, you wanted something. You ain't just sit there and wither away. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So even a baby knows. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. I agree with you totally,
but you're right
brother.
about that. If he had said he had to act it like I see no correlation between the 42 laws and the 10 commandments.
No.
I cannot fathom that the person who gave you the commandments, who came from the culture who provided the 42 laws, I can't see the connection. He got to do that.
Yeah.
He has an agenda. As
Yes.
simple as that. And
A
that's
clear
that's
agenda,
yeah,
an
yeah.
agenda that has been working and in place for, I'll say, centuries. I'm not going to say millenniums because they haven't been in power that long. They haven't even been in existence that long. But we'll just say centuries. In the centuries that they've reigned in power, we can clearly see the perspective that's
Mm-hmm.
not coming from our narrative. Because if it was coming from our narrative, when you go to court for a ticket, they're going to walk you the fuck on out of there. You ain't going to have no goddamn problems
Right, and you also see that there's no progression in their civilization. It's only a
at all.
maintaining.
It's stagnant. It's just where it is.
I
That's
think
why
Period.
you
you're
got to
Point
looking
keep them
at
blank.
the
people
first.
ignorant.
I think you're looking at the first few generations of Hebrew. They never were a people.
Mm-hmm.
No,
They
no,
never existed.
no.
These people came.
True,
They're
he
here
said.
now wearing robes, and what that tell you? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody
Right,
that crazy. Like so. However it go, you have no original literature.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's ever wrote about you, and people wrote about from Kemet to Egypt and never dropped a name. You had to write about yourself. You see what I'm saying? Or
Yep.
a third party had to write about
Right
you to
about you.
influence you
right,
that you are somebody like, and now
right,
they're saying go. And
How
Right,
here
you
right.
know
you are
they ain't
finally
writing about
showing your
their
face.
imaginary friends? Like,
Exactly.
Hmm. That's horrible, man.
but don't get me wrong. Just like our parents used to tell us all the time, we used to watch movies, read books. What was the moral? You can get morals out of shit, but like I was saying in the debate, when you are left to yourself, right, and you are allowed to align yourself with yourself, you feel me? Go inside and get in tune with yourself. It's certain things that you're not gonna do. And like you saying with these universal laws, these things will become innate to you. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Uh-huh.
natural for you to move a certain way when you know how
Mm.
nature's laws work. So it would be to your benefit to work within nature, right?
Right.
Otherwise the laws come into effect.
Exactly.
But when you get your laws from a group of people who cannot find a source of food, who's not protected by the
You're
hemisphere, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? When you get
gonna get
your
all kind of information.
you're
You know
gonna
what?
have to miscrew shit. You gonna get genetic
You know.
modified
You
food
know.
in the body.
You're getting your from those who live lawless.
Yeah.
They don't even understand the concept of laws or why they're there or why they need to use them.
And
They're
they
just making it
change.
up. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why I
Like,
say
oh,
it
this law
changes.
works for me, so I'll work it. It's
Thank
not
you.
like it's an actual working law. They just made it work for them. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Type of shit.
Laws made to keep other people from doing what they
Just
do to
think
you.
about it. The
Right.
system that established this cult of righteousness is illegal now.
Come
Yeah.
on now. It was
I'm
illegal when they
The t-
established it.
the
put that
tools
he
they use to get
righteousness.
where they at. Go ahead, bro.
Deep. No, I'm good. I just want to expound on that, brother. You just
Thanks.
touched the helm of that shit. That brother said cult of righteousness.
Yep.
Because that's what it is. You got all these motherfuckers believing that you're right. So in a sense, in their sense, they're right. But it doesn't
Hmm.
necessarily mean that that's the actual evidence. It's just a cult. It's a cult
Hmm.
following. So all these
Hmm.
motherfuckers may believe that the sky is purple, but we all know it's blue.
Hmm.
And it's white when the clouds are up. And it's
Hmm.
dark when too many clouds are up. You know what I'm saying?
And they might
Perspective.
believe a man can exist up there in the physical, and we know that's not possible.
Right. Right.
That's
Right. Right.
not possible. I know when I say that, they're gonna be like, "No, it's an allegory, just for the sake of argument."
Right. Right.
But shit, nigga, if that's your daddy, you should look like him, right?
Right.
Come on now.
That's the facts. That's what we've been presented with. If your father plant is cannabis, right? If
Hmm.
that is your bloodline, if you are a cannabis plant, you are going to come out looking like weed. Now I don't
Come
give a
on now.
fuck what kind of weed you come out like. You look like it.
You might be a
Nevertheless,
weed with diseased leaves and shit, but you still a
right.
weed.
But you're still a weed. Now if that is not your father, then that's a whole different story.
But you gotta explain why Africa. You weren't born in Africa, but Africa was born in you.
You hear
You
me?
gotta explain that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And are you willing to graft off your skin? Take the chance to see, if you're gonna still live. Since it don't matter, you black or white. You know what I
Well, it
mean?
does. It
I
does.
mean, why they
From
talk
what
about
I
it
heard,
in the books for? If it
it
did,
it does. The sun will kill you if you're not. So
come
I
on,
mean,
man.
that's the facts. We can say what we want. We can dance around it all we want, but that's the facts of the matter. The sun is gonna kill you if you ain't us.
The
Come on.
food's gonna kill you. If the
If you're
food's
not
gonna
us.
hinder your progression,
Period.
the water's gonna hinder
We
your
can't
progression.
change that. That's
The
nature.
air,
God.
the
We just
trees
live
are
by it.
attacking you. Facts.
Facts.
Facts. We just live by this shit. We ain't set the standard. We're just living by it.
We obeying. We being
We're
obedient.
obeying. We're submitting. We're submitting
And guess
to the
what?
will of nature.
And it's providing for us
Mm-hmm.
and protecting us from shit that we have no consciousness of. You don't know what asteroids. I don't know. You don't know what projector. You don't know what's going on. But I know this. The food grow from the trees, and I ain't gotta threaten it.
Right.
Just like I told brother, if I come out every day and I kick a tree, and he come out every day and hug a tree, we both get a fruit off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The tree is not
Facts.
gonna judge us. So when you start, these are honor systems. You don't want to do something, and so you make a law.
Right.
and then you threaten everybody to honor it. No, you gonna have to do the same thing we did. You know how long it took us to grow and experience the earth and civilize ourselves to know this, that, how to travel, where to travel. There's constant, like I said, laws are things that have universal consequences. You can do whatever you want,
Yeah,
but you have to pay the consequences.
you
And the
right.
consequences a shorter lifespan. Guess what? Then travel to the Arctic tropical man. Go ahead if you're willing to sacrifice that. And so the Arctic man must be willing to sacrifice his lifespan to come to the tropical. You shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to sacrifice to accommodate for you
Right.
at a rate that we can't even afford to.
Ever.
Now look at us and look at you. Like, damn, you know how easy it would be for 90% of the world that is melanated to make the 10% that's not comfortable?
Come on, man.
Here's some land. Here, you chill out. You chill out.
And
You chill
then
out.
coming
You
from
good
our
here.
background, you know how
Preach.
ignorant that look. Like, we don't like bullies because it's like you are already in a position of power, but for you to be using your power to manipulate the weakest among us, it's like shit. What we look like, just bombing on the rest of the world. You feel me?
That's weak. It's inferior. It's unstable. And the whole
Not to
thing
mention
is,
when the universe attacking their ass.
it's evil because they just want to do what they can't do. They don't want to. They don't want nobody else to tell them. They want to be under the ocean. They want to be in space. They want to be on the
And then they
beaches
got
that
niggas so
burning
scared
their ass.
of each other to the point they like, we need laws. Like, you, hold on, bro. You don't realize how these same laws perpetuate crime? You feel me?
Yes.
So, for
Yes.
these motherfuckers to be like, oh, yeah, we need motherfuckers to tell us we got to stop at stop signs. Bro, go on and run that motherfucker and see what happens. Because one day somebody going to be coming. You feel me? Then you going to suffer the consequence. This shit happen in other countries every day. And these people still getting along with life.
And
You
you
feel
want
me?
to
The
know
motherfuckers who break the rules die. Or don't die sometimes.
people forget that these are still comedic laws.
Come on, bro. All that shit is watered down
The
comedic
law
shit.
of correspondence, that is a comedic law.
What did the
Now,
Greeks
we may
say in time?
utilize it in other ways, but it came from the comedic
Hell yeah, you're going to utilize it in other
understanding.
ways when you get put in different circumstances. But it
But it's
shows
still the
that you
same shit.
understand. You
On
feel me?
that
When
goddamn
you can take
stop
and use
sign, you getting hit, bitch. And that's it.
it.
No in betweens. Or you might not.
But
It's
ain't
not
that
to
a
say that
clear
it's
sign
going
that
to happen
you
every time,
understand it?
but
Like
you
if you tell me
understand.
something, bro. If you Man, come on now. If you tell me something and I turn around and put it in my own words like we always do, ain't that a clear sign that I get where you coming from?
Exactly, my brother.
So we get that they get where we coming from, but recognize this shit. I was the conversation that preceded this shit. You
Right.
feel me? And you mad at me for still acknowledging, hey, bruh, you know what? It was a point in time we knew that the day was gonna come that we would be invaded. You feel me? We was ready to move around anyway. So we went east, we went west, we went south. You feel me? And guess what? Some of them that went west, we wind up, guess where? America. So with that being said, how you gonna tell me, oh, you need to leave that shit alone? How you know you committed? Nigga, it's written evidence that these people left the area. You think for one moment a powerful people gonna sit there and let you take down the highest of them?
No, they're not
What
stupid.
happens when you come and invade a people? The people protect the king or the leader.
Yeah. So what does the king do? The king has to move. What
Yes.
happens on a chessboard when the king
The
gets cornered?
royal
The king
family
has to.
leaves.
That is the
Bro,
rule of the game. And if the king does not move, the king then it gets overtaken. So that is how the game goes. You have to move the king. You have to. There is no way around that. Otherwise, the game is forfeited.
And we know in this sense, our kings, we ain't no cowards. Nigga, that's the
Hell
whole
no.
royal family leaving. You feel me?
You hear
And
me? Everybody. And
yeah,
we
for
hide the
sure.
bloodlines because we're intelligent.
Come on, man. To the point we knew. And I wouldn't even say we even had to hide it. I think them motherfuckers found us like, man, we need these motherfuckers to build that shit again.
Bro, we was beyond where we are now.
thank
I'm
you.
just, you feel me?
We're
I'm
Thank
just
you.
saying,
this
peep
time, man.
game
We're not
though.
doing it right now.
Peep the game though, bro. Like it do
What was
better
going to happen
for an
in the future?
ignorant
We weren't
motherfucker.
stupid. This is a people that knew how to
Yeah,
read. stars. This is the people that knew how to read the earth. This is the people that knew how to read
Say
the
that
cosmos.
shit.
Highly technologized people who
This
know
ain't
about the atom.
people living in a motherfucking bush, bro. I hate that narrative because it's just wrong. It's clearly wrong. These are an advanced people. So yeah, if we know that we're cornered, we're gonna move. Period. If we know we cannot win, we're going to move. And by moving, we're gonna spread all of our bloodlines as far as they can reach. Because we know that there are no ends to the cosmos at that time. I'm not speaking on now because I know now we're kind of lost as a people. But back then we knew our bloodlines can reach all corners of the earth and it would live. And when a time came that it was time for us to rise, we could rise and come together and unify.
From all
And
angles.
from every angle, brother, you said you hit that on the nail. From every angle, not from one angle, because that's not a win. That's just a
Uh,
defeat.
yeah.
They were defeated, but you didn't win. But now, when you come from every motherfucking angle, ain't nothing but a win incurring. As you're moving, the win is with you. That's why they did that. They were intelligent. They were waiting for us to wake up.
And that's I don't know. I don't know. I like I said, I ain't like highly proficient in Kemetic studies, but I don't see a history of war. I don't see I don't see like a whole trove of like generals and this, that, and the other. People who rule with it, because you got to be real careful when you use the language. You say stuff like rule and conquer and this, that,
Yes.
king and queen and this,
Yes.
that. And even when you go to the Bible, it don't tell you where Pharaoh came from. It just say Pharaoh, the Pharaoh.
Period. Period. That is
Like,
it.
and for Pharaoh to be the objective of this story, he gotta have a past, a history. He wasn't just a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of major stuff had to happen for you to need him and then be, so hey man, when they say in the beginning, they talking about they beginning. We gotta
Right.
recognize that our beginning came before them. We ain't gotta
Yes.
prove it.
Way before
We ain't
that.
gotta dig nothing up. We ain't gotta write a book about it. It's just known.
It's there. It's just there. Period. Point blank.
The
There's
fact that
nothing
you had to
anyone can
write,
do about it.
The
fact that
writing
you
on the
got the
wall.
privilege, look, the fact that you got the privilege to even know your beginning, that means somebody was there to tell you your beginning. Our beginning isn't wrote down because nobody was there to write it. It
Right.
was us. It
Say
was
that
us.
shit.
Somebody wrote down, man, I seen a white person today.
You hear me?
You hear me?
Somebody wrote down. And when you got them books, you wrote, oh, that was my cousin, my uncle, even if it go that far.
Come on, man. And then even if you want to deal with the perspective of like a lot of Islamic brothers deal with from the perspective that they're a direct opposite of us. So if we life makes way for us, it would obviously make them a disease or a disease to the ecosystem. So what it's gonna do? It's gonna rid itself of it in time. You feel me? A lot of times we become that cloak for them.
Right.
Um, that's why separation, is talked about and it's purported amongst them, and in conversation they try to hurt our feelings, but that shit ain't what they want. You feel me? Shit, niggas all leave America. I guarantee you, the climate would change. For one, nigga, we taking heat with us. For one, that's what they was talking about when they was talking about the global warming shit. They like, hold the fuck up. They basically saying niggas is overpopulating America at this point. It's too many melanated motherfuckers come in. Next thing you know, they start fucking around with niggas not being able to come in this bitch.
I believe, I believe plates shift. If you
Well,
shift
yeah.
enough black people, I
Come
believe the
on, bro.
magnetic force that we have, this our earth, this our planet. Like
That's our
shit
power
happens,
in the
man.
ecosystem.
Yeah.
When the
I
weather
may
and
be
shit
outlandish,
change.
but I
That
want the ability to
hurricane, nigga,
study
that
it.
was us, my nigga. Come
I
on.
want the ability to be able to study this type of stuff. I don't want to have to take your word for it, this, that, and other. But all I
Yeah.
know is that we have a relationship with this earth that surpasses our knowledge. You know what I'm
Come on,
saying? And
bro.
somebody is buffering us from getting that knowledge, and this is crazy. The stuff they complained about overpopulation. decreasing resources. We can fix that in a snap
Yeah, change your perspective.
by doing less. By saying I'm not gonna participate in this. I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
do this. This is not the point where I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Until every
Hell yeah.
man is freed and fed, and every woman has the right to give birth to their child and know that child is being brought into a very peaceful. You know what I'm saying? It's hell. It is hell on this earth, man. Women don't even want to have babies no more, man.
Yep.
Man.
Women don't even
And
want to
that's
have babies no
and
more.
what you said after you said it was hell on earth is my perception of hell. Women not wanting to have babies no more. Because the clear thought that go to my head is, what if my mama felt like this? It's imperative upon me, who are already alive, to make sure I change the perspective of this woman or these women. You know what I'm saying? To feel like somebody care about them. Because the only reason why a woman really want to bring life into this world, because she feel like the life or the gift that she
I
gives to
can't
this
hear you,
world is
bro.
not gonna be appreciated. I was just saying the only reason why a woman wouldn't want to bring life in this world is because she feel like what she's giving ain't gonna be appreciated. So with that being said, it's like I definitely feel you on that. That's hell on earth to me for a woman not to want to give life.
Because she's cursing her child.
And it could have been us.
when
So
you
it's
when you born into it, and you know when you give a child, guess what? It's cursed.
hmm
It's coming into an environment that's saying it's cursed, and it's treating it like it's cursed, and it better act like it's cursed. And if it act like it ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
and
Right.
as the
act like we the
men of
problem.
that tribe, you feel me? It's up on us to set the tone on what she has to endure, you feel me? To even create that perspective. But you know, for so long, it's not even been, well, not even so long. Shit. Here recent and not too long ago, it ain't even been cool to be a man. You feel me? Right now, shit, nigga on the chopping block to be the next motherfucking, what they call it, endangered species. You feel me? So it's like, as much as people are purporting this news of, brothers getting killed all the time and shit, like, bruh, we know good damn well. Ain't enough guns in this world to match the power of the sun. I don't know if guns and or diseases that they can try to give us to match the power of this universal and these universal laws that we talking about.
It's not enough them to combat us.
Come on,
We
man.
we we flying the jets. We
Let
better than
alone
them
try to fight
C-17.
with, let alone try to box with God, the universe. It's like we crazy.
If
We
we
can't.
concentrate our numbers and we realize we are the most important resource we have, we drop everything. What they gonna do? What are you gonna do? How many congressmen gonna get out there and grab a gun? You know what I'm saying? Like
Be like, y'all better
y'all.
participate.
Look, you can have Rome, you can have the Vatican. You better not come outside of that shit.
Come on, bro.
You need to.
That's
I don't know where you gonna get your resources from. I have no idea, and I don't care. But you're not gonna be digging them up from under our feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, no. I want you out of I want you out of Africa. I want you out of America. All these should be melanated dominated areas. If you gonna be here, you gonna abide by our rules, which really you can't out of respect. I wouldn't even go with you because they're contrary to how you live. They contrary to what you need to exist. So really that's the only, just respect each other's space. The
mm-hmm.
problem comes when you think you can colonize and participate and play every game and then change the rules to fit you.
Right.
Like, no, that's not how we do things here. That's not how we do things here. We don't need all these resources to make hotels and air conditioners and ice and trucks and shit. Suntan lotion and collagen and whatever the hell you need. Like, that's not our aim, man. That's not the thought we use to progress society. It's
Right.
just not.
It don't work
It's
like that. That's
just
why I
two
try to.
ways.
That's why I try to push that whole third world perspective or third world relationships, because I feel like we have relationships with everything. And not to try to cut nobody off. I want to give y'all, a few minutes to go on and close it up. We reaching about 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're gonna definitely have to do part two. I want, get y'all definitely back together. I like how y'all was ciphering. But definitely link y'all brothers, how I do. I ain't, no good thing without withhold from my brother. So I felt like y'all two great brothers, you know what I'm saying? Great beings. I'm glad y'all woke up today. So I definitely want to connect y'all to, even outside of the panel. But, for everybody in the chat, this has been another great conversation between brothers. Once again, want to send a shout out to SolarMind and Out the Blue. Shit, y'all got anything y'all want to say in closing?
Yeah, I'm just saying peace. Yeah, shout out to SolarMind and providing that platform, and shout out to Out the Blue, and shout out to you. That's it,
Show
man.
love.
Swabs
Back
out,
at you,
man. To
fam.
the panel and to the chat, I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all,
Love you
man.
too, fam.
And I
We
catch up with
appreciate you as
y'all.
well, brother.
Real talk.
Peace, God. Got
Peace.
anything you want to say, Scorpio?
I just want to say love to the fam. Thank y'all for allowing me to chime in, and I look forward to speaking to you brothers again.
Man, for sure, bro. We got to get you back off in this thing. Suave being this motherfucker faithfully fucking with me, so we definitely got to get you in here, bro. Glad you came through, though. They don't know that. They're going to get to know you, though.
Yeah, we gonna get to know each other, brothers, and I'm grateful for you, brothers.
Man, for sure, fam. Love you as myself.
All right, love you, brothers, and I love myself.
Likewise, King. I'm going to hit you up in just a second, bro.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely gotta send a shout out to chat room, Kenfo. Let me see what he talking about. Shout out to Candy Kisses. Shout out to Lorray One. Shout out to When Boredom Sets In. Let me see who else off in this thing. Probably about it in the chat. Uh, Shout out to, I know I seen Suicide in the debate chat. Shout out to J Lane TV podcast. I know I seen Delante as well in the debate chat. I don't know if he made it around to this one. But just want to send a shout out to all the family around the world. Like, we really appreciate you. Keep your head up. Keep your perspective right. Do not feed into these alternative facts out here. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them tell you losing when you winning. Don't let them tell you it's over when it's just beginning, bruh. Peace.